Hey y'all, happy Thursday night, and this is your DAC update. So we've had a lot of stuff go on this past week, right? Outside the fact that my health went down the toilet for a little bit in Navy schools, we got some great news, some really good news, and some not so good news. So let's start with the not so good news, but it's also good news too. So Saturday we did the Outcast tournament out at Whippernock. Joel and Joey had, I think it was like 20 boats out there. There was some good fish brought in, except on my boat. We struggled. We had 4 for 3.9. I lost some real good fish, but also didn't help. I was hurting. Also didn't help that Rep took 3 trailers, mine included 2. I burned a bearing out on my boat trailer, so guess what I'm doing this weekend. So we had a weekend. Then let's see here. We got news on Alvin Hicks. So Alvin Hicks, as you know, I fish against him sometimes, and I also sponsor the dude for BFL. And let me tell you, this dude has been kicking butt. So Alvin is going to regionals. So you probably saw our post earlier in the week about it. Hats off to him. I'm hoping to hear him do good things at regionals coming up. We just sent him a big old package worth of stuff, and that's actually the stuff I'm working on right now, is some more stuff for him. So best of luck to him. My fingers are crossed. I know he's a good angler. He's got a solid plan. We talked about it, and I am very, 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 very confident that he will do well. And then we were reached out to by Norfolk State University, a pair of college students trying to get a bass fishing team up. So if you know anything about the Hampton Roads area, you know that bass fishing ain't exactly the top of the line. Like number one thing people do around here. Biggest one, because we're literally right on the coast, it's saltwater. Well, these guys are trying to do something that is not very common in the state of Virginia. I think there is like 1, maybe 2 teams around here. So these 2 gentlemen talked to me, and we're still in the process of working some stuff out, but hopefully Norfolk State University will be getting a bass fishing team here in the near future, and hopefully DAC will be one of the inaugural sponsors for said team. So fingers crossed on that one. Love to see when people are coming in going, hey, I don't want stuff for free. We're just looking for sponsors, people to help us out. Guys told me what they got, what they need, and yeah, we're talking to see how DAC can fit in to make that possible. So always welcome. You know, up in King George, we were always trying to help people out where we could, and we're gonna do the same thing down here in the Tidewater area. Weather. So if you're on the Gulf Coast and you're watching this, well, be glad you got power first off. Hats off to, I know I've got some friends down there. George is about to get slammed with it too when it comes across. Big Bend of Florida is getting it. We're supposed to be getting some up here tomorrow late morning, early afternoon time frame, but it shouldn't affect us here. Working on orders and stuff like that. Hopefully, I am trying to work a long-term plan just to possibly get a 10x10 here, so we can actually have a covered workshop. A lot of things got to happen, finances, all that jazz. So we're working that plan. Yeah, it's just we're working with our friends at Catfish Kelly's. I'm trying to get a hold of them to see what they need for a stock up, so we can get everyone finalized up, because we've got show season coming up here, and well, that's going to take time to start getting everything up, because our baits people want them, and we want to make sure that we have it when people want it. So we are trying to stock up, make sure we have the right colors. Popular colors this year, ironically, seem to be green pumpkin, red flake, which that's a no-brainer. Also looks to be like watermelon. That seems to be another popular one. And of course you can't go wrong with our black grape red flake, which is the juice. So that seems to be the deal. It's the fall time, and what we're going to start doing during the winter months is we're going to start talking more about some of the rigging that we're doing. Now, there's another thing that we're going to come out with. This is going to be on a limited basis, and we're going to call it the Hicks, because actually Alvin and I, in the course of our conversation, we were discussing this. So we are going to come up with a new lure. It is going to be a combination of a hard bait with a soft bait. I'm not going to go into details, but I'm going to call it the Hicks because Alvin was the one that came up with the idea. And I'll put it like this. If you like the underspins, you're going to like an overspin. So it will be on a limited run basis. It will be squarely off of one of our plastics. We're going to sell them probably 3 or 4 for probably $6. You're not going to beat that price anywhere. Again, there's a lot of things I got to look at logistics wise and that, but we're going to branch a little bit, not branching a whole ton. Just enough to try and put something new out there to try to give our anglers a leg up, and at an affordable price, because who likes getting gouged by the big box guys? Because I sure don't. So that is some of the stuff that we are looking at. Coming up, we are going to be out of the area starting the 10th as I travel up to Iowa to go spend some time with the family. We will be back in time for the Classic, so if you are a member of Outcast and you are trying to get your Outcast specific lures in, get those orders in sooner rather than later. You can hit me up. We'll have the pre-orders. I've got to work on the website here a bit. That may be my goal for tomorrow. So that'll be coming, and then we're going to start going into our fall and the winter pattern. So you know what that brings with the fish. They're going to want to bulk up until it starts getting cold, and then they're just going to go and sit. So what are we going to look at? We're going to start looking more at the finesse side of the house. Alright, drop shot in the wintertime, money. Drop shot any time of the year can be money, but drop shot in the winter, some of your Texas rig stuff. So we're gonna start a series on how I like to rig some of my plastics, some of my favorite hard baits that I use, how I combine them with a DAC trailer. For those that I put trailers on, we're going to start doing stuff like that. Alvin should be getting homegrown tackle up here before too long, so I will post that link once it is up and operational, so you guys can see some of our stuff. These 3.5 swimmers, they've been selling like crazy. I've literally, my mold has gotten hot enough where I've had to stop making them and let the mold cool down for a couple hours. I like that problem. So if you guys want to get them in, get them orders in, because them fish are going to be hitting on them. About to do some crazy stuff for Alvin here coming up too. So get them orders in. Let's get you lined up. Turnaround time's been pretty decent as of late, so let's keep it going. That being said, I'm sitting at a little over 9.5 minutes. I'm going to get out of here so I can work on this order. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Stay safe, and we'll catch y'all later.